Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
Now it's Batistuta. Plays a sharp little ball here. Neymar!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Pass somewhat off target. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Owen, Cafu, an uncompromising challenge. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Milan, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Threads one in. Nagatomo, and he whips it in. Punched away. Rijkaard. Short changes him with that pass. That is ended up in no man's land. Cafu. Now it's Owen. Mbappe. Rijkaard. Liverpool applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cafu really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And it's Owen. He's found a way through. Pass is just off target. Danger averted for now.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Schneider, looking tidy in possession here. Schneider. So what can they make of this? Oh, well played, well sorted out. Schneider is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Cafu.
That's just...
And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway. So neither side has yet broken through. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nagatomo. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Forlan.
Header! Oh, that's another chance! He's delivered all right!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Liverpool are in front now, the game's only goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Costa Curta. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Aimed beyond the defence. It's a pretty loose pass.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Substitution on the field. Schneider. Number 7, Bellingham. Coming on the field, number 20.
Ah, good steal, he just read it.
Number 22.
Pele
Isco.
tries to pass it through. And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Schneider. Nicely weighted ball. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's had it nicked away. Thuram. Nagatomo charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that has been cut short. Now he's got space here. Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. Hazard running with the ball. And that's a throw-in. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
We are into stoppage time. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And we're done. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're up and running. 26th of May 2005, Istanbul, and one of the most famous of all famous comebacks in football, and this man was its catalyst.
Well, come to think of it, Peter, he has a fair share of famous comebacks over his career, but if you think context, this has to be it.
3-0 down at half-time, and his header just after... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Mbappe! Jorginho. Owen. Chouameni proves too strong. Van de Ven. Milan finding their passes. Oh, that's fabulous. They're urging him to shoot. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Chouameni.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Quality ball. Schneider. Oh, played right into his path. Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Cannavaro. Chouameni. Gerrard, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Van de Ven. Chouameni plays a sharp little ball here. Van de Ven. And it's Rijkaard. Messi, and it's Gerrard. Owen. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Dida claims comfortably. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Messi. Cannavaro. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Gerrard. And we've reached half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the second half gets underway.
Milan really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And he's had it nicked away. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe. And he has been fouled there. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. No, we always look the favourite there. Van der Ven did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that is as far as they're going to go. He's tried one! Ruud Gullit! Beyond special! What a player! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have the first goal.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Mbappe. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Tries to play it through. Costa Curta gets good distance on it. He's on it, can he get away?
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And it's Gullit. Gullit. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The message is clear. None shall pass. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Schneider. He's through, now is he in? Goal! They have stolen level at the last! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Well, looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
And this is Gullit. That is great defending, so alert.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's picked his way through. Cleared without complication. And that is as far as it goes. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Pele taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. We're talking a genuinely stylish player here in Frank Rijkaard. You're not arguing with that, Jim, are you?
No, I've got to totally agree with every word you just said. As holding midfielders go, he is one of the very best. Nothing phases him.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard. Saliba makes the interception. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Oh, this looks sharp. And he was alert to it. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Raul.
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's been caught napping. Danger averted for now. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Looking for the run. Great ball. Mbappe! They've done it! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
No space, no problem. You just cannot. It's Lewandowski! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Mbappe. Raul. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Tries to play it through. That's been cut out, well played. No outsmarting him this time. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Garnacho. Jorginho. Schneider. Schneider. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That is ended up in no man's land. Garnacho. To Jorginho. Schneider. He's in a great position here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rodri cuts it out.
There will be 1 minute.
The ball has bounced loose now. Owen. And this is a great chance! Goal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be
And we hit half-time. Milan come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now.
Okay, apart from the obvious mishap, it's been a good half. They're still in the driving seat.
Milan are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here.
Substitution for Milan, number 10, Schneider. Coming on to replace him is number 5.
And the second half gets underway.
Substitution in progress.
And it's Bellingham. Hernandez. The muscular approach does pay off here. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Now that looks a decent ball, and he's intervened well there. Now it's Osimhen, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jorginho. Now it's Mbappe, out towards the flank. Plays a sharp little ball here. Now this could be a chance. Courtois claims it, safe hands. Aimed beyond the defence. Real chance, real chance! It's a goal! Again, we are level! What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement.
That's rather hopeful. And that is a routine catch.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Oh, that's a key interception. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. And he cuts out the supply. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And the pass is intercepted. Hernandez promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Jorginho. Cafu.
Such good technique.
He's picked his way through. Rodri gets it clear. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Milan! And they're back in front. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they created.
Owen!
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. He is through here. Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Cafu really showed what he brings to this side there. A fantastic effort, even if the defence seemed half asleep. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Climbs up big. It's there. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bit...
He's having a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable. Calm. And that will be it. Milan have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Giorgio Chiellini, Jim. Now there is a defender who loves to defend.
Yeah, and he's a very capable one too. I mean, this guy is all about courage, physicality, athleticism, about as hard as they come, although I personally like to see him paired up with some ball-playing defenders. His distribution is decent, but you want him to focus on the main task, which is defending, and that he loves.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Mbappe. Oh, he's bustling through here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the keeper's got it again.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. Gets a good foot in there.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Costa Curta. And it's Schneider. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Now it's Eto'o. Shevchenko. It's Eto'o! Goal! Milan! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Jorginho is always looking to break lines. And here's Shevchenko. Jorginho does really well to win the ball there. Great ball, and he's in here. Great chance! And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
And it's Owen.
Milan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
It'll be a throw-in. Ambitious ball here. It's a promising position. Puyol cannot be beaten that easily. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Shevchenko. Now it's Messi. Foot in. And it's Jorginho. We are into overtime. Vieira. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we are back underway.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Valverde. And he was quick to react.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Valverde with a terrific header. And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Valverde.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Can he spark a counter here? Shevchenko goes steaming forward. And he's quick to snatch it back. Now it's Eto'o. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Jorginho. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Shevchenko! And again the keeper stands strong. And we have our very first corner.
Substitution for Milan, number 17, Mbappe. Number 13, Jorginho.
Messi with the short one.
Number 18, David Villa.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Bellingham.
In with the challenge. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that has not gone well. Bellingham.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Villa. Oh, that's a key interception. And he's decided to go for it. He should have put that one away.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
This their second corner of the game. They've played it short. Now it's Busquets. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Just 5 minutes left. And he's got the beating of his... Oh, shooting chance! He scores! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Barcelona.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So that's got things underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Schneider. Pelé. Aimed beyond the defence. Valverde. And here's Mbappe. And he's taking no chances there. Great ball, and he's in. Nedved! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Number 17.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time...
Oh, he's been caught on it here! And that should get the job done.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Now it's Valverde.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Now this could be a great chance! Schneider. Pelé. Neymar. Rijkaard pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Schneider, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pelé, and he's surging through, and the finish! Now that's well seen too. Great vision. Schneider. Pelé. Owen. Can he finish? They've done it! Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent...
He gets big! And that's what you call in spot. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution for Milan. Number 7, Federico Valverde. Number 8, Pelé.
Here we go again.
Coming on the field.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And that's really well manoeuvred. And here's Mbappe. Nedved. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Milan, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time.
Big chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Costa Curta can get it clear. He's gone for goal! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Nice looking ball. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Has a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Substitution for Milan, number 21.
This is their second corner of the game.
Number 2, Cafu. Number 10, Schneider. Coming on the field, number 18, David Villa. Number 4, Raul. Number 5, De Bruyne.
Ball's gone out of play.
Substitutions taking place.
And here's Kaka. And here's Mbappe. David Villa.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And it's Kaka. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Czech claims comfortably. Nicely aimed pass. Mbappe, De Bruyne, he's found a way through. Nice interception, well timed.
Milan truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Taken back almost at once. Valverde, a probing pass.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now it's Mbappe.
Barcelona really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Now it's Osimhen. Romero calmly anticipates. Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. Baresi promptly onto that, and that is... Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Flamengo.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raúl.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
There's the header! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And now they can spring out of defence. Schneider goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, that was vital. Zico.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Zico. Oh, good spread. Kochu's cross.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Searching pass he's played there. Oh, super find. Oh, important interception. And he can clear it away. Cafu. Owen. Lovely, now then. Robertson tries to clear. And it's skewed away. Cafu gets his head on it! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He won't be happy with that one. And it's Jordi Alba.
Such good technique.
Cross flung in towards the middle. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Zico. And no, that was never going to make it. Cafu.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And it's Owen. Nicely weighted ball. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Mbappe. That's the keeper's ball. Schneider. And here's Mbappe. And this is Raúl. Zico. And a chance! He scores! Flamengo are level. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
The local police. Substitution for Milan, number 21, Owen. Coming on
Flamengo get the second half going.
Number 17.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Bullish header! Superb goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And here's Jorginho. So can they find a way to turn round this deficit?
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Can he finish? He has done it! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
This is quite a battle.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And here's Mbappe. And that is a little undercooked. Zico. Looking for options for movement. Well read. And the danger is averted. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple...
Oh, he's been caught on Mbappe! Goal! Flamengo! And again they hit the front. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Bayer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Romero kept his eye on it, and he's there. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Mbappe. Cafu.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's found a way through. Cross from Cafu. That's really well cleared. Schneider.
There will be 3 minutes.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Oh, good read. Cafu has created 1 goal already. Oh, that's fabulous. Shot a goal!